most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
Oh, I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks again.
Of course.
Hello everybody, it's Rick Ashbringer here, and welcome to another part of my Fallout 4 playthrough. So, we are now inside the Institute, and we have to start talking to the different division heads.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
We
First
don't
one up,
usually welcome outsiders.
Allie
I hope
Fillmore.
you can appreciate your good fortune.
Excuse me, Doctor.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I wanted to kill the son of a bitch who murdered my wife.
Kellogg always was a cold bastard. If you ask me, we're better off without him. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place, originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
Okay, well that's all we got from her. Head into the Bioscience Division.
You had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. And those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the Robotics Division.
Yes, well... I suppose you're right.
Humanity's future is taking root right here.
Director
Doc.
Holdren seems
Welcome. So
very
good to have you
taken
here.
with
Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work
Better
we're doing.
position, so
It's truly amazing.
talk to his front.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. but I have to ask. Have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
You mentioned medical care. I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself to Dr. Dean Volkert. He's our top biologist and also serves as the Institute's resident physician. Dr. Volkert works in the infirmary. Just pay him a visit whenever you need to. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth. I'll promise you that.
Most men lack the patience to observe and document plant growth.
Yep. And these are the gorillas he
Dr.
was
Hogan's
talking about.
Gorilla project is showing promising results. You're here. Glad you made it.
People all seem to know who I am.
Is it true Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is
Rumor
correct.
Advanced Systems will be starting a new dark matter initiative soon.
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime, please feel free to enjoy one of our other nutritious and flavorful food supplements.
I want Supplement
Childson.
77.
I am sorry, sir.
It's just
but that
remarkable.
supplement is no longer available.
Useless machine.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Doctor,
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
actually, I was looking for you.
Me? Why?
Let's just say that you've regained the attention of a certain group that I represent.
Stop beating around the bush. It's obvious that you're from the Brotherhood of Steel. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
I'm only here with good intentions. You have my word.
You're giving me your word, even though we just met? Fine. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem is the lack of transparency. I don't think we get the full story on everything that occurs down here. What does that have to do with why we're talking?
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help. Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
Did you abandon any projects you wanted to complete?
You should know better than to ask me that. If they didn't tell you what I was working on, they didn't want you to know. I'm certainly not going to put my neck on the line and spread their dirty little secrets. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right, I'll play your game. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory sealed, saying that it was contaminated. The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was deflecting my questions. If you bring me solid information on what killed him, I'll take it as a favor from the Brotherhood and consider your offer. Do we have a deal?
I know this may come as a shock, but Dr. Virgil is still alive.
I met him myself.
Oh, please. Do you really think a cheap tactic like that is going to work on someone like me? Stop trying to avoid the legwork by lying.
How do you think I got here?
Either you get me the evidence, or we have nothing else to talk about. Deal?
Deal.
All right. Dr. Virgil's lab was in the Biosciences division. I can give you a code that will get you into the section, but the lab itself has been sealed, so you'll have to breach it on your own. I'd tell you to be quiet about it, but your Brotherhood and discretion isn't exactly your strong suit. And finally, if you get caught, we never had this conversation. Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Speaking of, I trust our discussion will remain between the two of us. Now, I need to get back to work, and I'm sure you have other things to do.
Okay.
This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive, but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Benet has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
You know I can't talk about that.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still. There. All done. You can return to your duties, and remember to record every symptom you experience in detail.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
Mm-hmm. Take good care of yourself, and you won't have to see too much of me.
Hey.
Once you've settled in, I'll want to do a physical and get a file going on you. No hurry, though.
You're the doctor here?
Everyone's a doctor here. But if you mean physician, then yes, I'm about as close as we've got to one. How about you take some time to get comfortable? Learn the lay of the land and such. In the meantime, you come see me if you need to get patched up. We'll do that checkup when you're good and ready. Take care of yourself, so I don't have to.
Ain't that the truth?
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
Hey, Doc.
Welcome. Welcome. It is so good to meet you. I truly hope you'll come to think of the Institute as your home.
It'll take some time, but I could learn to like it here.
I'm so glad to hear you say so. And promise I'll work hard to make sure that you do. You should know that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here.
Scanning. Subject identified.
seriously thinking of heading over to robotiks to knock some heads together?
Mankind redefined. It's catchy, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
Send a message.
Please don't.
It's an
There's
honor
enough
to meet
friction
you,
as it
sir.
is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often.
Coursers on the hunt are relentless. If you see one, you should stay out of its way.
Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
I guess we'll find out.
Indeed. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
If you're the acting head of the SRB, who are you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
And that's it.
Did I turn off the interferometer?
Scattered Institute thing. Black Institute lab coat. There we go. We can look like one of them. Synth relay grenade. Let's take a look at this terminal. So, reclamation target tracking. C241 unit at large. Investigation underway. Signed Courser. X236. Last sighting, good neighbor. No recent sightings. Unit believed to be in railroad custody. Memwipe likely performed by now. What is that? S943 unit at large. Investigation suspended. See notes. Signed Courser. None. Location, last sighting, Boston Airport. Notes, investigation suspended. Area deemed too hazardous at this time. B592, unit located, reclamation scheduled. Signed Courser X688, location, Libertalia Raider Stronghold. Yeah, Father's going to assign us to that one. Notes, unit B592 has been memwiped by railroad agents. New identity is Gabriel. Unit now leads Raider gang based at Libertalia. Shows highly aggressive tendencies. Has killed several dozen rivals and civilians. Suspect brain damage resulting from memwipe process. Unit ID KB23. Status destroyed. Assigned Courser X351. Remains located northeast of Saugus Ironworks. So that's it, I think. Oh, unit remains discovered near Saugus Ironworks and returned to Robotics Division. Unit destroyed by multiple gunshot wounds. Suspect raiders based out of Saugus Ironworks. Unit ID L337. Unit at large. Investigation underway. Assigned Courser X973. Location last sighting Corvega. Yeah, Yeah, well, we haven't seen one. Unit has been mem-wiped. New identity is Leo. Exercise extreme caution. Unit has been trained by Railroad and is proficient with several weapons. Unit has evaded capture twice and wounded coursers on both occasions. Okay. List of informants. Following individuals have proven useful in our reclamation operations. In exchange for caps, these persons have in the past provided information on escape synth sightings and suspected railroad activity. If you make a new contact, add the individual to the database. Director AO information list. Cricket. Occupation caravaner. Location mobile. Tommy Lonigan. Occupation owner proprietor. Combat zone. We haven't been there yet. Trash Can Carla. Occupation caravaner. Location mobile. Doc Weathers. Occupation caravaner. Location mobile. AJ. Occupation chem dealer. Location good neighbor. Marowski, occupation chem supplier, location good neighbor. Lucas Miller, occupation caravaner, location mobile. Henry Cook, occupation barkeep, location Diamond City. So those are all people who are informing for the Institute. And these are just logins, update course or maintenance records, supply requisition form, small arms ammunition, X688 operation, update case file 66764-B reclamation successful, file closed, and so on and so forth. So,
the Directorate should take the synth escapes more seriously.
Status. All functions normal.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software, do so after this meeting. The last thing we need is more synths bumping into walls. All right, that's all for now. You can resume your duties.
Remember to conserve power at every opportunity. Remember to practice good sanitation habits at all times.
and this is where synths are made.
Everyone's excited about the new synth project.
If it were just a limb twitching, perhaps. But her eyes were moving as well. Involuntary twitching and rapid eye movements while sleeping can only mean one thing. You just don't want to admit to yourself what.
I can't imagine
If you're about to
Search into one of your
Sounds
speeches about artificial sentience and machines with souls. Don't bother. I've heard enough of them by now. Write them down from memory.
But we can't just ignore the question. If a synth can dream, why can't it have a soul? And if a synth has a soul, then it is a living person by every standard we can measure. Of course it is far more comfortable to think of them as machines, so we can do what we want with them.
If you disapprove of the work we do here, Dr. Renee, you know where to find the talent.
Just a moment. I never said that. I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities.
Well, it's an unwanted distraction. We're men of science, not philosophers. You do well to remember that.
The synths are treating you well, I hope?
All our confusions are important.
Hi, Doc.
Think of robotics.
It's you.
The first
You're
of our
finally with us. I'd just like to apologize for any trouble our synths may have caused for you on your way here. They, of course, couldn't be told of your identity. And they have very specific protocols for protecting themselves and Institute injury. Most of which I designed myself. But not to make problems for you, though. Will you be staying with us then?
Yes, of course.
Ah, good. Sean is most pleased, I'm sure. He's been quite anxious to have you with us. If you require anything, especially as it pertains to synths, please let me know.
Okay. So yeah, this is the machine.
If you ask me, the synth software
So it puts together the statue, and then it adds all of the veins, the blood vessels, the muscle, the tissue. Does that.
Welcome to the
What else it
Institute.
does?
Please step right this way.
With our third generation seeds, we've improved upon it.
Okay, so this one comes in, exposes it to sunlight, or whatever. And now injects it with blood. And as you can see, it already starts to move. Or yeah, this thing just scans it, make sure it's good for movement, then sticks it in this solution where it grows skin, rises out a new being, and then heads in through processing. But we can't do anything there. We can't go through.
So much research.
So here we can see essentially the blood and other materials.
Dr. Logan, we've received a work order.
And it's really interesting to watch.
They're requesting replacement
You
courses.
can see kind of the
Why have you-
template there.
I guess they lost a whole unit on the surface.
Is this some sort of joke?
See, they put all the bone structures in place.
I refuse to give in anymore.
Did I tell him?
I'll I wouldn't deal with that man on my worst day.
Anyway, enough of that. Let's go find the evidence that we need. Institutionalized user network. Scanner holotape. Oh, I thought we did that. Well, let's do this.
A clean and healthy work environment is essential to maximum productivity.
Let's unlock this. Yeah, actually I have to redo the network scanner. What happened is, you might have seen it in my previous video, I used it, but when I went to save the game, it crashed. It didn't save anything. I had to replay back to where we were originally. So I did not reuse the network scanner, so try and do that now. So we got Allie as 1. I'm just trying to get access to this thing so that I can use this network scanner. Not song. Club? There we go. Alright. Let's load our tape network scanner. Yeah, so I had to replay the game back to the point where I exited my last video. I just hadn't gone back and used the network scanner. Okay, so that's done. Okay, we need to go to retrieve evidence. Okay. Which way am I supposed to go? No, she was supposed to give us a password, right?
Sweet.
Oh, tripwire.
Yes.
Technical document. We'll use it in a minute. See, wasn't there?
Resetting.
Wasn't she supposed to give us a password, right? I give you a password to get access. Yeah, well, why do I then have to try and hack that terminal?
Nice.
Engaging.
Hey, there's some useful stuff to take out of here. Actually, cans of paint, we can get oil from that. And I know I'm low on oil. Alright, the empty cans we can't get paint from. Alright, alright.
That's it.
Hey, of course they're useful. Another one. Don't need to take all of them. Dr. Virgil messed stuff up here. And again, what about that password? Well, it can't be that because we got 3 letters match on CAVE. We got CAE from matches, CAE and Cage, but, we didn't have 3 in Cage, so that's not going to work. Okay, that's not looking good. Cage has 2. Cave matches on 3. Not good. LABS, no, that doesn't work. PANK, no. CORK, does not work. Name, NAME, okay, there we go. I don't think there's any more turrets. We destroyed them all. Here we go. This is the FEV lab. There's the serum that Virgil needs.
This is Dr. Elliot with the official report for the Directorate from Bioscience. The date is, August 2178. I'm pleased to report that, as has been the case during my tenure, crop yields exceed expectations. In point of fact, everything down here is fine, with one notable exception. Dr. Frederick has informed me that the Directorate has pre-approved research on samples of the FEV virus, which he already has in his possession. Now, I'm not one to question the Directorate, you all know that. I don't even want to know where this came from, but, well, this is troubling. Dangerous, possibly. I will do my best to make sure risks are minimized, but I really do hope that the consequences are understood. This is Dr. Elliot reporting for the Bioscience Division, March 22-24. We just received another batch of subjects, but as my previous report stated, we're at an impasse here. More of the same won't help. The 2 most promising strains of FEV have been adapted to an ideal state, but we're still missing something. I am officially echoing the team's position. The most likely progress for our research on synthetic organics requires new avenues of exploration. Additional Commonwealth subjects will not help. It's the same problem across the board, exposure to too much radiation. We need someone new. There's a proposal we'll be putting forward. I am not entirely comfortable with it, but it seems the best course.
And that's them going for Sean in Vault 111.
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone! Do you understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan, And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me. Everything that we've done, the lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
There's the proof we need, and let's just check out this terminal. So, Director Override AZ-77, subject status. Oh, so it's just all the different subjects here, progress reports. Notes, latest round of testing complete. Results are all within expected parameters. Informed Dr. Zimmer directly as he had ordered the test personally. He seemed annoyed with the results, unsure what he was looking for. He decided to specify why he wanted the test run to he declined to specify why he wanted the test run to begin with. Notes, I have officially assumed the lead role on the project after Dr. Severson's passing. Latest round of subjects show results similar to previous test runs over the last 5 years. No statistical deviation noted. Synthetic organics continue to perform well. The necessity of further tests is unexplained. Dr. Virgil's notes. So again, nothing new, always the same. Have entered formal complaint with Directorate. These tests are not bringing in any valuable information. The organics project was spun off decades ago. Why do we insist on continuing this? Entered by Director Override notes. All inquiries about this project should now go straight to the director. The lab will be offline until further notice. So, that's it. So Virgil started to develop objections to what they were doing.
So much research, so little time.
Synth unit, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
Dr. Ao saw you accessing a terminal. You know you are not permitted to access terminals in that section. Is Dr. Ao mistaken?
Yes. I mean, no, he's not. But I was only...
What is it? Were you or weren't you accessing a terminal in SRB?
I was, but I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal and it switched on by mistake. I was just shutting it down.
Was that a stutter? Have you developed a defect, unit? Maybe you need to be reset.
Sir, I assure you that won't be necessary. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. You don't want me to tell you twice. Now get back to your duties.
Jeez.
Father is more than just our leader. He is our creator.
Yeah.
Dr. Li.
Took you long enough to find that evidence. Let me see what you've got.
Jeez.
Here you go.
A holotape. This better not be a waste of my time. They lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty.
For nothing.
No matter how badly it hurts, you needed to hear the truth.
And for that, I thank you. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood. From the whole world. I just wanted to do my research in peace. Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge technology that I only dreamed existed. I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own twisted way they still do. But now I realize if you can't trust the people you're working for, then it's all pointless. If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows what else they've been lying about? Or what their plans are for my work. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Li.
So that's done. Now we need to go see Father.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. Have dispatched a courser to Libertalia.
The Institute takes innocent lives every day.
Claim that synth.
It might not want to talk. It would be safer just to kill it.
That would be a terrible waste of a valuable resource.
Oh,
if at all possible, that synth should be returned alive. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
So, our next step now is going to be to go back to... Well, we gotta go back to the Brotherhood of Steel, we know that. But we are gonna have to go to Libertalia and go get this synth, just something we should do. There is a magazine around here that I want to find.
If you encounter a hazardous chemical spill, please alert the Facilities Division immediately.
I'm trying to get out back somewhere. Okay, actually, it's over here on this side.
Sir.
Yeah, there's no balconies there, and I think it's down a level. One more. No, no. Where is it? Over in that tower, perhaps.
Our technology must seem pretty advanced by your standards.
Yeah, yeah. Let's head over there and see what we can find.
We are honored to welcome you here.
There it is.
Yes.
Astoundingly awesome tales. Your canine companion permanently takes 10% less damage. That's a pretty handy one if you run around a lot with dog meat. Okay, so next video, we're gonna go back to Sanctuary, drop off some stuff, you know, maybe tell Curie to stay there while we end up going to Libertalia to go get this synth. Somewhere along the way, though, we will report back to Elder Maxon and talk to him. So, hope you enjoy this playthrough so far. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, good luck and have fun out there.